Hey everyone, Scott Auckerman here, and welcome to another fine Earwolf program on the Video Podcast Network. Stay tuned for
Comedy Bang Bang.
Oh, my favorite.
Comedy bang bang, 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 comedy bang bang.
Wait, if you're in Reno, then who's that guy in the monkey suit tied to my ankle? Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang. Hello, looking in the camera. Ah, yes. Wait, if you're in Reno, then who's, spelled incorrectly, that guy in the monkey suit tied to my ankle? Who's and who's? Very easy to mix those up. We're looking for W-H-O apostrophe S. Thank you to Business Computer Comedy. Oh my goodness, that sounds official. For that catchphrase submission. And welcome to the show. Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang. I am your host, Flof Scofferman, and this is another edition of Comedy Bang Bang. And if you're listening to this, this is happening live on YouTube. This is another one of the live on video podcast network shows that we're doing. So this is live on YouTube. And I would give the weather report, but look at this. We can't open the blinds. Something about the filming here, we can't open the blinds. I can't give the weather report. How are people supposed to know what the weather was like at this particular moment in time if I can't see outside? Now, I can tell you what the weather was like when I drove here. It was hot. To be frank, to be honest, it was very, very hot. So I hope that helps you, but it's an incomplete weather report, and I am sorry for that. Already, the cameras are messing up this show. But hello to our cameraman. It's great to... you're messing up the show, but hello to you. We appreciate your service. And thank you for your service. Now, let me explain what is happening. Am I bullshitting more than usual? Well, maybe. Now, if this were not live on the air, would I have waited for our guest to arrive? Sure. Is it his fault he's not here? No. Did I give him the wrong address to the building? Yes. But, you know, I give so many people the address to this building, I can get it wrong once. You know what I mean? Like, I'm allowed that kind of latitude, right? I can get it wrong. So, yes, we have a great guest coming up, Rob Corddry from Children's Hospital, also from Hot Tub Time Machine, and Hot Tub Time Machine 2 in the works, and from Warm Bodies. And I'll keep listing his credits until he gets here. But we don't have to do that. But he will be our guest. So what I want you to do, if you're watching this live, send us your questions. Send us your questions on in the little the sound off space next to the picture. Okay? Now make sure you hashtag it sound off, and we'll be sure to read some of your questions to Rob once he gets here. But a very special show. If you're listening to this, I do want to say we have a big announcement about the Comedy Bang Bang Tour, which is coming up. We will be out on the road in September through October, not the entire time. That would be insane. But I have a big announcement about that coming up in the plug section. You are going to want to hear that. Am I coming to your city? Maybe. If you live in a major market, probably. If you don't, probably not. But we will be getting to that very soon once the plug section comes up. And that's going to be an exciting announcement because we haven't done a tour in a year. I think we ended the tour right at this time last year, so we haven't been out on the road in a while. And you are going to want to hear the details about this because some great people coming out with me. And it's going to be a good tour. But I will not spoil it for you yet, partially because the information's on my phone somewhere, and I would have to stop talking in order to look it up, and I have no one to talk to. Normally, I would stop talking while someone else was talking. I know critics of the show would say that's not true, but normally I would stop talking, and then I would sneakily kind of look something up on my phone. Now, that's not the case this time. By the way, if you could move to the you sir, I'm actually looking at you. Yeah, you the person with that look on your face going, are you talking to me? Most definitely, we're talking to you. If you could move a little bit, yeah, I'm talking to the cameraman. And then this guy, who I'm pointing at right now, let's welcome our guest, Rob Corddry. He's coming in the door right now. Here we go. Rob Corddry is the guy to be. Deet, you want to sit right there, Rob?
Yeah, I'll sit wherever you want.
How's it going, buddy?
Hey, everybody.
All right, let's talk about it.
Oh.
I gave you the wrong address.
Let's get it all out in the open. I was so happy. You've never made me happier, actually.
The fact that I fucked up and it wasn't you?
That it was your fuck up because it's all I do this all the time, and it's always me. And I'm like, someday I'm gonna know what it's like to be the one who didn't fuck up, and it happened.
It happened.
Yay!
Yay for you.
And I felt bad for you. I immediately just felt bad for you.
Oh, that's not the way to feel when you're not the person who fucked up. You should be happier. You should be rubbing it in my face.
I got enough out of it.
I'm sorry about that. No, like I was saying before you came in, I'm allowed one. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've told thousands of people how to get to this place. I'm allowed one time to forget the address.
And I've been here a million times.
That's right.
But you know, it's just one of those things.
If this were a comedy movie, this would be a set piece.
It would be called, that movie would be called, It's Just One of Those Things.
One O apostrophe.
Those things.
Speaking of comedy movies, our guest is Rob Corddry, and he excels in them.
Absolutely, 100%. 100% agree.
Let's go through your credits.
Okay.
We have Children's Hospital on TV. Okay. You've covered the television set. You've already, you have that on lock. Is that safe to say? You're in your 5th season now?
Yeah. Okay. I thought you meant all of television by virtue of having 5 seasons of children.
You've achieved it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did
You've mastered it.
Yeah. Children's, yes.
No, you've mastered the art of television.
Oh, no.
Some would say having a classic, and let's not bullshit around here. This is a classic television series. It's going to be talked. It's going to be talked about for decades, if not eons, to come.
I hope so. That'd be great.
So you've already done it. Okay, you've achieved television.
So, okay.
Cha-ching.
Okay.
Is that the sound that check marks make? Is the dollar cash register sign? I hope so. But then you go to movies, and you're like, you know what? TV's not enough for me.
Fuck you, TV.
I've done The Daily Show. I've done Children's Hospital. Not big enough to keep me in. I need to be projected on a huge screen.
You're trying to make me feel good after getting me lost.
I may be.
Think.
But you were in Hot Tub Time Machine, one of my favorites. I love that movie. And you're doing Hot Tub Time Machine 2 currently, or you just wrapped it maybe?
Yes, with the stress is on the tub this time.
Of course, yeah.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
This time, we're stressing tub.
These guys are stressing tub.
Everyone back for that?
Not Cusack.
Not Cusack, but
everybody else.
Right. And
Adam Scott plays Cusack's son in the future.
And what about Lizzie Kaplan? She back?
No.
Okay, so
no, we would love to have tried to write an excuse to have her back in.
Right,
but
of course.
It would be forcing it.
But when does that come out? What's the date?
I don't know.
How much does a ticket cost?
I don't know. Tickets, I know all about that.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends what time of day you go. If it's a non-peak adult, I'd say like around $10. Peak adult, around $15. If you're a member of the, you go to kind of like a fancy movie
maybe
theater.
They'll give you $1 off.
I don't know. I can't really figure out the math on that, but you're going to pay a yearly sum.
Sure. But you probably get it in discounts at certain points.
Yeah.
Like discount on popcorn, for instance.
Exactly. Yeah. Store credit.
Sure.
And I also you could be going to see it in say in Dayton, Ohio,
sure,
at a dollar theater,
sure, sometime
like
in the future after it comes out, sure.
Like when it's just leaving.
This may sound like a trick question. Non-peak child dollar theater, how much are they going to pay?
$1.
See? Yeah. That's like that question about, yes.
I was ready for you.
My mom's a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have Hot Tub Time Machine 2.
Yeah.
But you're popping up in movies all the time. I just saw you literally 2 days ago in Warm Bodies. I mentioned it before you got here. Warm Body, great role in that. I
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed that
I
film.
really like that film. Yeah.
Is that cool for you being, I know that you are a comic book enthusiast and also
Yeah.
sci-fi, I would imagine, science fiction.
And zombie.
Zombies,
Sort of,
of course,
in general,
Is that like a dream of like,
Yeah.
oh boy, I get to dress like a zombie? and
Absolutely.
Get to grunt around?
No, I definitely had an idea of how I'd play a zombie well, long before I auditioned for that movie, as I'm sure you do too.
And you brought a sort of pathos to the role.
Oh, yeah. As
Tell
I
us
bring
about
to
that.
every role, I don't know, did I?
You did. I thought you were
Really?
great. Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of there were dramatic scenes in there where
Well, I was lucky. See, I always get lucky in movies with reshoots because the reshoot, I always play the character, like number 5 to 7 on the call sheet is always the guy who's able to, move the plot more than anything. So I'm always the guy that gets called in for reshoots. And so I'll have a great scene like that scene that I have in the airport in Warm Bodies where I start to
feel the
feel
emotion. Yeah.
emotion was because they weren't quite sure
It was
testing
tracking.
if the audience was following what was happening to the zombies.
Plus, another day of shooting. Cha-ching.
Cha-ching, another
Check mark.
Cha-ching mark.
What other movies do you have in the hopper? What do you got? What's happening with Rob Corddry? We do want to talk about Children's Hospital, of course.
I've got a movie out right now that I haven't seen. It's called The Way, Way Back.
Oh, yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear
You
it's
haven't
really
seen it
good.
yet? You're
I
not
have
invited to
seen
the
it.
premiere?
I was shooting a Hot Tub Time Machine too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And,
I love that. When you're so busy, you can't even go to the premiere of your own movie. I love that. It's like in your face.
Yeah, because I hate premieres. Man. Oh my god, I just hate these
so
things.
terrible.
Don't you hate these things?
So yeah, I want to see that. The Way, Way Back.
Yeah, let's
That
go.
is directed and written by friend of the show, Nat Faxon,
Yeah.
and also his partner Jim Rash, who's
Yeah.
friend of the TV show. They're both on the TV
friend
show.
of a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Children's Hospital. Let's talk about that
Okay.
because that is now on the air
Yeah, that's right. Tonight,
tonight. If you're watching this live,
we're live.
if you're watching it live, then it'll be on tonight, second episode. If you're listening to the podcast, it'll be on Thursday.
Yeah. It's great to be able to say that, by the way, on a podcast tonight and actually
And
mean
it actually is
Yeah.
a thing, yeah. So talk to us about this season because I know it's a little bit different than your previous seasons.
It's different in that, well, we were kind of sick of shooting in a rundown hospital.
'Cause the one day that I did on it, it was in the former hospital where they shot Scrubs, but it was a real hospital
Yeah,
and
it
a
was
real shitty
gross.
hospital.
Yeah, like apparently Hervé Villachez died there. That and Scrubs it has too. It's fame. So yeah, that's the second hospital we closed down. We went to then
Right.
another hospital, which was the hospital in our first season. Closed that one down too.
And they
we're
just close
sick
these
of it.
places and they turn them into other buildings or something, right?
They tear them down and build condos, and
Right.
basically both have created a rat infestation in the neighboring streets.
I wonder if the people in these condos know that they are living where Hervé Villachez died and where you made jokes.
They should know.
They
shouldn't
should
they?
know.
You know what? I know
should-
exactly where it is.
You
We
should rap
go.
on some doors.
Just start rapping on doors.
Hi, I'm Rob Corddry.
Hello.
Of Hot Tub Time Machine 2. Do you know Hervé Villachez died here?
And they'd be like, "Oh,
Cool.
well, thank you, Rob Cordy. That's actually very interesting. So, do you want to come in, or do you want some money?"
Yes, to both.
Yes, I'm collecting. I'm also collecting.
So you were tired of shooting in the hospital. And so what happened? I mean, look, we've all been tired of doing things.
Right.
Not all of us have solutions to this.
Well, that's the thing, is that our solution, rather than find it, we realized that we were in a position to basically do whatever we wanted. You know what I mean? Adult Swim is really great, and they allow us to do anything we want. So we said, well, why don't we just do something we want then and not do it in a hospital? And then we decided...
do it on a beach.
It was really kind of, I think, our first... that'll be in the next season.
Nice.
I'm half kidding. I'm half kidding. We've been talking about it. Children's Hospital.
Who's that guy?
Yeah. I was trying to do... was that's not how
Like
Wipeout went
Wipeout?
at all.
No, I don't think he was like Wipeout. The creepiest weirdo. No, it's a guy excited saying someone wiped out.
Yeah. All right, I blew that one.
I mean,
I blew that
to
one.
be fair.
I didn't know that.
To be fair,
okay.
he's laughing about it, which is not cool.
What a dick.
Really? When you think about it, that dude laughing at the guy wiping out, that's serious business when you're a server.
He doesn't care. He just wants to play guitar, man. He just wants to play guitar and watch people wipe out.
Well, I think we've covered exactly what happened with your show, so... No, please continue.
That's it. I mean, so then we decided to set it on an army base.
Set it and forget it.
Yeah, set it and forget it, right? On an army base in Japan, like a World War II era army base. Mm-hmm. The story that we say once is that they're opening up a children's ward there, and they just need some, our guys are going to help them open it up because there's been 2 wars, and now soldiers love to fuck, so that there's a lot of. We never ever say this.
I've
more
not
than
heard...
maybe half a cent, an idea worth. So, and then we're just there.
So is it sort of like a MACH now? A mobile army children's hospital?
It's not a MACH, and we decided to not. We didn't even want to reference MACH at all in the while we were making it, or even write to that,
right.
Because though our audience just loves that old chestnut of
you
a television
want to drive
show.
that median age up as far as you can go.
Straight to the middle of the heart of an 18-year-old boy, Alan Alda. Yeah, so we're just kind of just now, we're outdoors more. That's nice.
That's great.
Yeah, it was great.
Where do you actually shoot now that you're outdoors?
Well, this is another strange place. We were shooting at a foster home,
where Hervé Villachez grew up?
Orphanage, where they mistook Hervé Villachez for a child for a long time.
So into his 40s, they sort of imprisoned him. Anytime he would try to get away and say, I'm actually an old man.
Tiny guy. The camera adds like a foot.
Sure, I know. And he looked small on camera, so that you can imagine.
Yeah, and not happy.
No.
From what I imagine, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
So we shot at this place. So it's basically a guy that created a business out of foster kids. And he built this orphanage, this kind of modern, cool-looking orphanage that we made look like a base. And then he just adopted all these foster kids and made it a school. And then after about a year or two, they said, you can't do that. And they shut him down.
He didn't have a license to do this? Wow.
The neighbors hated him.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it didn't work.
So did he then turn it into a soundstage, or he's not involved in this?
No, I don't even know where that dude is.
What if he's still wandering around?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
You guys hear about my foster?
You guys got any kids? Got any kids?
Got any kids that I could round up?
Yeah, you got any kids you're abusing? Or
Wow. Well, that's crazy. So you're outdoors now.
Yeah.
You're, and the show is all the better for it, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's the same show, basically.
I don't like watching shows that are indoors. You know what I mean?
I don't like shooting them.
Right.
But
I like shooting them because you're air conditioned. You know what I mean?
Ideally, I guess you're right.
I like indoor shooting, but I don't like watching it. It's like every time I watch a TV show, I kind of go, guys, the outside is just right past these doors. Why aren't you spending your time there?
Oh, and you just forget. You leave. You come in when it's dark, and then you leave when it's dark, and forget that that air.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, guys, I know that you work in the CSI lab. Let's take it outside.
Well, yeah.
Why
don't we have lunch on the picnic tables?
For once.
Come on.
That's the show I want to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so you've made the smart decision for my money, because I will watch the show now.
But see, I think next season you joked about the beach, much like the guy in Wipeout jokes about wiping out.
I didn't laugh maniacally right before I said the beach.
You're out of your fucking mind,
What?
man. You're crazy
Fucking
and cruel.
dare you.
You're cruel.
Maybe.
We haven't actually flown back from Japan yet. We might just crash in Hawaii and do that for a season.
Nice.
Right?
That would be really
Shoot
good.
for a month in
Would
Hawaii.
you actually shoot in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the dream.
Fuck yeah. Why else do it? I would absolutely.
Get
the
on
only
one of
problem
those-
is we'd lose our crew,
Eh.
and they're great. You know?
That's, the small concessions you have to make.
Some of the real good ones with me. The other
That's
ones,
true. That's the dream, to get on a Magnum PI or Hawaii 5-0.
For the hell of it. And why not? And there's nothing. We're going to do the same show.
Yeah.
Same exact show.
Yeah. Well, everyone back this this year on the show? Anyone? Yeah.
Erin Hayes could only do 4 episodes.
Oh.
She had conflicts, but other than that, yeah, everybody's back.
Who has more conflicts than you? And you're there every episode. How dare they?
Well, we shoot it in December and January. Which is,
okay. Christmas
time.
So if you want to celebrate Christmas, you're going to have to skip some shows.
I haven't celebrated Christmas in years. We're not shooting this year, though. We're going to wait till next summer. So
Really?
yeah.
What's going on? We got to wait extra long?
We just want to take up, 6 extra months. Come on.
That's
give me
that's
a break.
interminable.
Give me
I
a
will not
break.
watch the show. I will not watch the show next season.
Oh.
Nope.
You're not going to starting now?
No, in fact, I will not watch this year just preemptively because you're not coming back. Like, why invest my time in something? I'm going to have to wait a whole nother year.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was going to tell you episode 2 is called Scott Auckerman's Great.
Well, now, let me clarify exactly what I'm saying. Is I'm not going to watch because I'm going to participate. I'm going to be right there with you every step of the way.
You can't even call it watching what I'm doing.
I'm just there. I'm just like every sense. All 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Something. I mean, maybe I have 6 senses. I don't know. Yeah,
We'll
how many
see.
senses do you have?
I don't count my senses, man. It's like measuring your dick.
Yeah, I know. It's
like,
like
who
at a certain
cares?
point, come on.
Who cares? I got a lot of them.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. I got a lot of senses. You know what I mean?
I think that's a good note to end our first segment on. So, why don't we take a break? When we come back, we'll have more Rob Corddry, and we're just going to talk to you about, frankly, I want to get into your character's pain, if that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a break. We'll be right back with Rob Corddry after this Comedy Bang Bang. Comedy Bang Bang, we are back here with Rob Corddry, Children's Hospital, in the bag, Season 5, already done, as far as you're concerned. As far as the watchers, and I call them viewers, are concerned, still a whole season to watch.
Roped up, thrown in a bag.
Sure. And let's talk about, now your character is Dr. Cleveland Vondel? Vondele, right. Let's talk about him because he's an interesting fellow. Who's the guy who wears the clown makeup?
He's the guy. He was on a show before. He was on. We just keep him around.
Okay, and he just wanders through
He
frame
just
every
wanders
once in a while.
through frame.
Yeah.
That's Nate Corddry.
Nate Corddry. I'm a big fan of his. Love Studio 60. One of my favorite television shows of all time.
No, that's me, Scott.
Me? Hey, what were you just doing an impression of?
It's me.
That's me. That's like Christopher Walken, right? Is that your Christopher Walken? That's
Uh,
me.
I thought it sounded like Borat for a minute. It wasn't an impression.
No, we take
but
that very
it's
seriously
It's a
around these
retroactive.
You
It's a
can do-
retroactive impression of
In my
Christopher
opinion, you
Walken.
can do retroactive. It's like you don't have to call your shot like in billiards. You know?
Yeah.
You can do a
You can do it
retroactive
and go,
impression.
That was
Christopher
something.
Walken. Got it. Nailed it.
A PA on a Hot Tub Time Machine too could do a. Now everybody can do a Christopher Walken, right? Pretty much everybody has their version of a Walken. He had the best one, just his PA named Chris, the best one I'd ever heard. And I don't remember Christopher Walken ever saying this, but it sounds very Walken, and that's what you really got to find if you're doing a Walken. And his Walken was just a couple of words. Good for you. Good for you.
Soup is good food. How would he say that, I wonder?
Soup is good food. I think he'd say like he just puts periods.
Yeah. Well, that's what he does, Rob, is he takes a script and he erases all punctuation, including periods.
Really goes through
Which,
it.
in my opinion, that's the most important punctuation on the page.
I agree with
in
you.
any sentence.
I agree with you.
Commas, take them or leave 'em. Period, I need to know when to stop.
It was the 70s, man, right?
That's true. Good point.
Punctuation is for children.
When was it invented? Is that like a 1950s thing?
No, punctuation?
Yeah.
That's probably Ben Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin invented punctuation.
I'm pretty
Another one
sure.
of his, the bifocals,
That guy did it all, man.
the semicolon.
This guy did it all.
This guy.
Yeah.
You a big Franklin guy?
Yeah, big Franklin guy.
Yeah.
The whole deal with him. The whole look, the food, the syphilis.
You won't even carry anything
statesmanship.
You won't carry anything less than a $100 bill because of Franklin. Isn't that right?
I will. Well, I only carry $100 bills because they don't have hepatitis on them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, because the $1 bills, those are the worst. Because those have been disgusting. They've been so many poor people have been handling
Who knows
those.
how many crushed up pills have been snorted
Did you know that?
through $1?
What is that?
Boo.
That's
Boo.
Rob-
Clanking chains.
Wait, Rob, do you
The
hear?
sound of clanking chains.
Do you hear what I hear?
yeah.
Boo.
Yep.
I'm not talking about a little drummer boy. I'm talking
It's
about
like I think
Boo.
it's a heckle, right?
I don't.
It's a heckle.
I'm not sure because I also hear clanking chains, which isn't a traditional heckle.
Clanking chains.
That's more of a ghost thing.
Oh, it's just a.
Creaking door. Boo. Boo.
Wait a minute. Let me turn my head to the left and see if I can see some
Go
sort
ahead.
of apparition. Do you
Go ahead.
mind?
Yeah,
Normally,
yeah.
I prefer to stare straight into my guest's eyes.
I would love the break.
Okay, well, I'll do it then.
Go ahead.
Here I go. Ready?
Yeah.
And
Boo.
there's some sort of a ghostly apparition to my left here.
Please forgive my haunting of you. Boo.
Now, Rob, I'm only getting half of this gentleman's face. Are you seeing the other half?
I think you really got to take a look at the other half of this guy's face.
Excuse me, Spirit.
Yes. Hello.
Do you mind turning towards me?
It's going to be very unpleasant for you.
It's very disarming.
That's the nicest I've ever heard it described. Thank you.
Ah!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! You have half of a mask on your face, covering up half of your face, much akin to the Phantom of the Opera.
I've received that comparison before. Boo.
Wait, now you're a ghost?
That's correct.
And as far as I'm concerned, you look a little like, and this maybe is impossible, you look a little like the character on Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah. The sort of the assassin.
I believe his name is
war hero.
Richard Harrow.
Present.
Wow.
This is Richard
Wow.
Harrow.
I'm the ghost of him. Boo.
You're the ghost of Richard Harrow. Well,
Boo.
of course,
This
yes.
is
You
crazy.
must be dead by now.
Spiderweb.
You can stop saying
Spiderweb.
You can stop saying creepy Halloween things. We've established you're a ghost.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes,
I
you are.
wasn't sure that it was apparent.
What are you doing here, Spirit? Are you wait, before we begin, are you a bit of undigested potato?
No,
Okay, thank you. All
I'm a
right.
ghost.
Please proceed then.
I'm coming here from murderer heaven to tell you.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Yes,
You got to break
did you have
that
a question?
down.
Did you have a question?
Yeah.
Hold on. As far as I'm concerned, in my America, murderers go straight down to HE double hockey sticks. Hell, my friend. What is this you're talking about?
I am just telling you what I know of the life beyond this, which is that there's a special heaven for murderers who are sad,
Wait,
Sad
murderers who are
murderers.
sad and repentant?
self-conscious, sad murderers.
Penitent?
No, they're not.
Wait, they're just sad. That's
They're just
the
sad.
threshold?
Sad and
Self-conscious.
self-conscious. Murderers go to murderers' heaven
My goodness.
because they like children, even though they shoot people in the throat.
Wait, so you're sad about what I've seen you on the show murder a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's true that those TV shows are based on actual events.
That's true. Yeah, it's a historical docudrama.
It's fun.
And you seem very sad.
You
most
are
of the
sad.
time. Yeah.
you're admittedly
I
sad.
think probably because I only have half a face.
And that is what makes you
Wait,
self-conscious.
so you're not sad about the murders?
The murders, to be honest, make me feel a little bit better.
So you slipped into murderer's heaven on a technicality? The fact that you're sad about your face?
A little bit better does not mean happy. I still have half
Yeah,
a
but
face.
murderer heaven in my America is for murderers who are sad about the murders they committed, not murderers who are happy about the murders they committed and who happen to be sad about their half a face.
You'll forgive me if I feel I know a bit more about murderer heaven than you do.
Do you know anything about the? I imagine there could be an infinite number of heavens now. Do you know anything, or are you
There's
just
12.
There's 12 heavens?
12.
Oh wow!
For one for each of the Wait, there's 7 deadly sins, so each of those and then 5 more?
Pretty much.
What are the other 5?
Dog heaven,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
All dogs do go to
That
heaven.
makes sense.
Yeah.
regular heaven,
Okay.
Oh, okay. That
Jewish
brings us-
heaven.
Ooh,
Oh.
okay. That brings us up to
That's
10
nice.
heavens at this point.
Yeah.
2 more to go.
Yep.
Beach heaven, which is like heaven, but it's all a beach.
That's the one I want to go
That's pretty
to.
good. Who
Very
goes
popular.
It's too popular, really? How do you
It's
get?
very-
Do you got to grease the wheel somehow to get in
Yeah.
there?
It pays to know someone.
there? Okay.
Yeah.
And then hell.
That's not
That's
a
not a
heaven.
heaven.
It is.
It's what?
Yeah. I'm not supposed to tell people. Please don't repeat that, but hell is just another heaven.
Who's going to hell if we've covered all the 7 deadly sins and they're going to their respective heavens?
It's a spillover from beach heaven.
What?
Wow.
So basically, when beach heaven is too full, they don't come back as zombies. They just get moved over to hell?
That's right.
Huh. Interesting.
It's not so bad.
This doesn't sound bad at all. Any of this.
The music is great.
In hell?
Hell.
That's right.
Or in beach heaven?
Well, both really.
Can I ask it? And I've been dying to know this ever since the program
In
started.
beach heaven, the music is played by the best musicians, but all they play is Kokomo by the Beach Boys.
Now, but here's what I'm dying to know. Is the guy who laughed at the surfer wiping out, where did he go?
He went to the actual hell. He's the only one there.
What?
Wait a minute.
You just said spillover.
There's another. You double hell?
Under the hell, that's the heaven, that's the spillover from beach heaven, is an actual hell, which is solely occupied by the guy who laughs at the surfer wiping out in the song Wipeout.
Wow. And he,
You know
you
what?
say laughs.
Why did you
meaning-
even mention that guy? That's strange.
It's
that came up.
right?
It's weird.
It
You
is
say
very
laughs.
strange.
Is he continuing to laugh?
That's all he wants to stop, but he has to laugh for all of eternity.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
That's his punishment. That
And,
makes sense.
and what he sees is a surfer standing on a surfboard, not wiping out, just
he's-
looking at him like, "Why are you laughing?"
Brutal.
Oh, God, that's
Brutal.
He's terribly embarrassed.
Well, he deserves it.
Well, Mr. Harrow, may I call you Mr. Harrow?
Please,
Or should I call you the ghost of Mr. Harrow? What is does ghost have kind of like a
please call me
prefix that you like?
Please call me Mr. Ghost.
Wait, not even Harrow?
Please call me the former Richard Harrow.
Okay, the former Richard Harrow.
Uh,
What brings you here to the studio? I mean, we're not haunted by ghosts often, but when we are, they usually have some sort of purpose.
I'm coming to Earth to tell children, don't put your teeth under pillows because it's unsanitary.
Wait, the whole tooth fairy thing?
Yeah,
Is there a tooth fairy?
of course there is.
Wait, so you want children not to put their teeth under pillows, even though there is an actual tooth fairy? By the way, where does tooth fairy live?
Tooth fairy
In one of those heavens?
in Jewish heaven.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, the money
Figures.
thing. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you really twisted my words.
Yeah. How she must regret leaving those pennies under the pillows.
Oh, you know what? I think I'm mistaken. Come to think of it. Tooth fairies in beach heaven. People are constantly wiping out and knocking their teeth out. Tooth fairy
Okay,
replaces them.
Thank you for amending that.
That
I
was a
appreciate
close
that.
one.
Yeah. Whew. So, but even though the tooth fairy exists, you don't want children to benefit from this? What kind of a monster are you?
The tooth fairy has instructed me to instruct children not to put teeth on top under pillows anymore because it's unsanitary.
Oh.
The tooth fairy knows when children lose their teeth and will collect them when it's time. There's no need to go through that old rigmarole.
But look, here's part of my problem with this. Like when I was a kid and I lost teeth, I'd be out in the middle of a field somewhere, and all of a sudden it's loose, and then there it is. Like what? I'm supposed to go back to the field the next day to pick up my my quarter?
Where did you grow up?
Well, I don't see why that's germane.
I don't understand. You lost your tooth in a field, but how does that prevent you from... I don't understand your issue. I'm saying kids don't put teeth under pillows anymore. You're saying you lost your tooth in a field, and now you...
What I'm trying to say is the tooth fairy is just going to come to wherever the tooth happens to be. Where are children supposed to put it? In a plastic bag?
The tooth fairy's not coming for the tooth. The tooth fairy doesn't want teeth.
What?
It just wants to give money.
Then why does the tooth fairy care
yeah.
if the tooth is unsanitary? This doesn't make any sense, the former Mr. Harrow.
Children have gotten it wrong, and parents have told their children the wrong thing. And I hate when parents are mean to kids. And so I've come to Earth to tell kids don't put teeth under pillows and also to murder their parents.
Oh,
Wow.
Now I feel like we've gotten to the real center of your mission, Art.
And if the kids don't get the message about the teeth, that's okay.
What? Now,
Just
Rob,
murder
Their
your
parents will pay.
Rob, you're a father.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are your kids' teeth? Loose?
No. Yeah, there's a couple loose
Your
ones.
kids have loose teeth?
Braces. We were just in the dentist the other day. It's a nightmare. I'm
You
a
were
prime
in the
candidate for murder
dentist.
right now. Yeah.
Could you repeat that, please?
Please don't repeat that. Do you think your children have ever wanted to murder you, Rob?
Yeah, probably in an elementary sense,
Yeah.
but luckily they don't have a ghost of a sad, self-conscious hitman and a fucking fairy
They do
telling
now.
them
Teaming
to
up.
do so.
They
So
do
that's my problem.
So how are you trying to get the message out? Just are you starting on my particular
Well, he starts
program?
with boo.
I'm starting.
Boo.
I
Clank
imagine
chains.
Clank chains.
First I say boo. Then I say clanking chains.
Wouldn't that normally
Then
scare
I'm not done.
off?
I'm not done. Then I say squeaking door.
Spiderweb.
I say spider web. And that usually gets people's attention.
Sure, but doesn't it scare off the children? Your intended audience?
I'm about to find out. My plan is this. First, I go to a podcast where I assume a lot of tiny children listen. Then I will visit these children in the middle of the night, shaking them roughly awake.
Wait, so
telling them,
you're hoping that
show me your teeth. Show me your loose teeth.
you're hoping the children listen to the show, and then how are you going to get to these children who have listened to the show? You see what I'm saying?
How are you gonna find them?
How are you going to find them?
I'll just hover through the walls of homes.
Willy-nilly.
I got time.
Okay. So
I mean,
then
it's hard plan to poke a hole in. I mean,
guess
it
not.
sounds
Yeah, it
terrible.
It
It
makes
sounds
sense.
like a terrible
A
plan.
house
but-
where there are no children, I will very quickly kill the occupants and then move on.
you seem more like an angel of retribution.
Yeah, like just on a murder spree.
Seems like a strange conclusion to draw. I'm just a guy who's very self-conscious about having half a face.
You do seem very self-conscious
Self-conscious as well.
Not
Am I
health
right?
Conscious.
Yeah, you look.
I try to eat
you
right.
look great. You look great.
you know? Well, is there exercise in heaven? In any heaven?
All kinds.
Yeah.
A lot of cardio.
I would hope that when you get up to heaven, you don't have to do cardio anymore.
No one does. It's just fun.
Really? So they've
We
heaven,
finally get it. in
heaven
the afterlife.
turns
Yeah.
cardio
We
fun.
finally get it.
Oh, that's why it's heaven.
Plus, everybody has an iPad, so you can just watch your shows. Get up there on the old elliptical.
Yeah.
Catch up on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That sounds nice.
You always meant to watch it. Now's your chance.
Well, this all makes sense to me. Rob, do you have any questions?
No episodes of Firefly in heaven.
There's more episodes?
Just a second season.
Oh, okay. Even in heaven, it got canceled
Even
after
in
2?
heaven, not enough people watched it.
That's too bad. But I'd take another season.
Only.
Do you have any spoilers?
That's right. After everyone's been speaking random Chinese words for a while, in the final episode of season 2, a Chinese person appears.
And says, hey, guys.
Hey, wouldn't you think there would have been more of me? seeing as Chinese is so pervasive that everyone is speaking it in the future, you'd think there would have been a Chinese person sooner than this. Everyone has a good laugh.
Yeah. And then just freeze frame?
High five, free frame.
Wow. Okay. Well, Mr. Harrow, do you mind sticking, or the former Mr. Harrow, I'm so sorry. Do you mind sticking around? And
I'd love to.
we have another segment on the show, if you would. Maybe we can take some questions from the audience about Mr. Harrow as well. Okay, so why don't...
Please answer any questions and also murder anyone
please, let's
that
no
you
talk
have a
of that.
problem with.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll have more Rob Corddry, more the former Mr. Harrow. We'll be right back with the Comedy Bang Bang after the... Comedy Bang Bang, we are back here with Rob Corddry from Children's Hospital. Thursdays on Adult Swim, midnight, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And the former Mr. Harrow, who doesn't have a TV show.
Oh,
Do you like the TV show that you're represented on?
it's fairly accurate.
Yeah.
everyone back then was involved in crime and drinking illegal alcohol. Plus, also, there were many half-effaced people walking around.
That is not
Really?
represented on the show, I have to
There
say.
could- Yeah, there could be more. There could be more. A lot of times I would walk down the street, turn a corner, and think, who put this mirror here? And then realize it was just another half-effaced World War I veteran like myself, probably a self-conscious murderer.
Now, to be fair, there were a lot of mirrors lying around back
Yeah.
then.
You people were always crashing into them, like, say, a big fat guy and his skinny friend, or, say, a clumsy guy wearing a flat hat.
Right.
People were constantly breaking mirrors and large panes of glass.
People were constantly delivering pianos, too.
Deliveries. Back then, you could get anything delivered. Gigantic blocks of ice. Grand pianos. Huge panes of glass. They were all delivered on foot.
All the time. All the time.
Things were a mess.
All right, well, we have some questions from people who are watching live.
How many murder requests?
There is one who says, Mr. Harrow, this is SJ, a.k.a. at Green Drink, says, Mr. Harrow, I'm sorry, I've never seen your show. Does that make you want to murder me?
It should make you want to murder yourself. But if you're too squeamish, I will happily do that task for you.
So you just like murdering people?
It's not. It just makes me feel better.
Yeah, okay. Keith Campbell, a.k.a. at Brick Pudding, asks, how awesome was it being a sniper during World War I?
It was pretty great, except for that time when I got half my face blown off. Thanks for the question. That put a damper on things.
Big ol' Mr. Strawn, a.k.a. at Twink Lettits, both of those are terrible, asks, is that double-sided tape keeping your face on?
Is that,
Double-
is he saying that double-sided face, double-sided tape, or is he saying
He's asking what is attaching that mask to your face.
it's scabs?
So the scabs around your wound have closed in around the mask.
They congeal around the mask edges.
Horrible.
Then I have to pry it loose at night when I sleep.
Never really gets a chance to scab up and
Not
heal.
completely.
You could probably just try and let it heal, huh?
Ooh, I had,
Just stay in for
that
a
hadn't
week.
occurred
Yeah,
to
really.
me.
You
Let
know?
your face heal.
Take a
Maybe.
week off from all
Yeah.
that murdering.
Oh, that's tough. That's a tall order.
That's the catch.
Ferval Lankman at Accused Wizard asks, is Ted Bundy still a lovable rogue up there in heaven? Which heaven is he in, by the way?
He's in wrath heaven.
Okay, because he's not sad about the murders.
No,
So he just got moved over to wrath.
he was a deliberate stranger. Now he's paying the price in the least popular heaven.
Wrath really is the least popular one.
Still heaven, though.
I would think gluttony would be the least popular one.
What
All
are you,
those fat
crazy?
people.
It's all you can eat.
Goots axes. Do you get to murder anyone in murder heaven?
Yes,
Okay.
we all murder each other all the time.
And yet you just wind right back up where
It's
you are?
never not satisfying.
Here's a great question.
Because you're murdering a murderer.
And I'm sorry to
Guilt-free.
I'm sorry to judge my questions, but I think it's a great one. If you murder someone in one of the other heavens, do you end up in murder heaven?
You end up in a separate heaven that's not a officially recognized heaven, which is people just hanging out. And then you have to wait there for like a half hour. Then you go back to the heaven
Uh-huh.
that you were murdered in.
Monty Ashley asks, as a dead person, have you ever been contacted by a loud guy who is mostly interested in cakes? You are a fiction. No, you're not even fiction. You're sort of fictional
I'm a
and
real
you're
person.
regular, so this would cover it.
Who is dead?
Yeah. Now, Rob, you may not know what we're talking about.
I
but
know. I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
you do?
Sure.
Okay, great. You
Sure,
were
sure,
maybe
sure.
on the show with him at one point.
Yeah.
One
yeah.
time.
Fantastic guy.
One time, I was up there in murderer heaven drawing a bead on a murderer when I heard this loud voice repeating himself. It didn't make sense to me. He was saying a food and then a rank over and over again.
Right. Did he ask
Crazy
you?
up there.
Did he ask? I bet. Did he ask you any questions about anything, or?
He asked me if I knew how Chewbacca had died.
Wait, in the Star Wars novels?
What is that? I don't even know what Chewbacca is. Is
Okay.
he a friend of yours?
Judge Browning asks, who else can be found in self-conscious murder heaven? Now, it's not self-conscious murder heaven. It's just murder heaven.
I'm just a self-conscious murderer
Yeah.
who was fortunate enough to go to murderer heaven. But there's all kinds of murderers up there. Some are self-conscious. Some are quite pleased with themselves.
But you just have to be sad in general. That's the
Pretty
threshold, yeah. End of times. Okay, I don't even want to say that word, but Real Tom Hanks 69 asks.
What word did you not want to say?
Oh, well, no. He asks, he or she asks. I'm
Yes,
guessing it's a he.
and
Callbacks. Do you know which heaven Scott and Rob will end up in? That's a great question.
great question.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure, but I have my suspicions. I would imagine that Rob would end up in beach heaven
Ah,
because he's very successful. They like that there.
that's
It
great.
attracts other
Cha-ching.
successful people. Cha-ching.
Wait, you had cash registers back in the 1910s?
Yes,
I don't know when they were invented.
we did not live in Bible times.
It was like
Wait,
the heyday of
So
cash
hold
registers.
on.
We had rudimentary machines.
You're saying that immediately after the Bible was written, cash registers were invented?
Yes, one day after. Because they had
And
to,
what sparked this
they had to
invention?
start selling those Bibles. They're like, boys, we're in business, cha-ching.
They came up with the sound
They
before.
came up with cha-ching.
Let's take off these loose flowing robes and put on some tight layers.
Wow.
Julia W. Oh, by the way, where do I end up?
Oh, hell.
Oh, thank you. Julia W.D. Harrison asks, who teaches the cardio classes up there in heaven?
Jack LaLanne.
So this is a recent development?
Yeah. Before that, it was Crazy Horse.
The Indian warrior?
That's right.
Yeah. So then Jack LaLanne comes up there. He's like, hey, crazy horse.
He arrived.
I got this.
He
Let me take
arrived
this.
in heaven towing a boat.
Okay. Sure.
Everyone was impressed. Crazy Horse said, "This guy's got game. Let me step aside."
Oh, Ferville Lankman has another question. I think this is a good one.
Are we allowed repeaters?
I believe so. Is the other half of your face in a different heaven?
That's a really good question. I think I have a new quest to find the other half of my face.
Oh, let's put aside this quest to get children to murder their parents and maybe
No,
go.
first I'll do that. First I'll murder all those children's parents, and then I will go on a heaven quest for the other half of my face. Perhaps it's in pride heaven or envy heaven because I am jealous of people who have a full face.
Do you think, though, that you were proud of your face when it was complete? And maybe that's where it ended up? Is that what it is?
I like to think that I was very handsome before half of my face was blown off by a German.
Oh, it was a German who
Bullet.
did it. Oh, a bullet. Oh, not a German just blowing. your-
Probably more than one.
Yeah, okay.
It was a long time ago. You'll forgive me if the details are sketchy.
I would remember something like that, but okay. Kyle
Well,
Feeds.
when it happens to you, we'll compare notes.
When? Do you know something that I don't know?
Oops.
Kyle Fields asks, which heaven is Richie Cunningham's long-lost older brother in?
Chuck. He's in sloth heaven.
Oh, yeah. Too lazy to be on Happy Days.
That's right.
He was lazy.
They wrote him into many episodes that he just didn't show up for.
Refused. Yeah. Didn't want to
taking-
get up. Didn't like those early call times.
Taking a nap in his dressing room. We're talking about the actor, not the character.
At McConnor Talk asks, in which heaven can one expect to find King of Pop Michael Jackson?
I would say he's probably in greed heaven,
Because the greed of...
drugs.
Oh,
He's
okay.
greedy for drugs.
Greedy for drugs.
Okay.
He's like cuckoo for them,
Wait, and this is... What about...
like an insane bird.
What? Yeah. What about the Cocoa Puffs bird? What?
He is still with us.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. We'll ask you about him in
Also,
another year.
not a real living creature.
There's no fictional creatures up there in heavens?
Are there fictional heavens?
There's a million fictional heavens. That is where a lot of fictional characters have gone. They are full of characters who have either died in works of fiction or enough time has passed. It is reasonable to assume that those characters would be dead now in the present day.
Fervil Lankman, going for the trifecta,
Boy, oh boy.
asks, are the mustache rides cheaper than 5 cents for you?
Everything's cheaper than 5 cents. Where I come from, if you had 5 cents, you had enough money to buy a mansion, and you had some left over to
4 cents.
To buy a ham hock.
All right. Well, that's enough for the questions from the audience. But thank you for answering so many questions. We hardly ever get ghosts in here, and this is a big treat.
This is huge.
Yeah.
This is a great story.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great story
Do you
later.
think the newspapers will report on this? I mean, we're live on YouTube. I mean,
doubt it. I doubt it. I think they're going to miss the whole thing.
I hope they don't.
mainstream media.
Until it's going to take a lot of kids getting murdered.
And then maybe
Yeah.
Please,
one,
please.
maybe,
Point of
ACN
order.
will pick up on it.
Point of order.
Yes.
I don't murder children. Just their parents.
All right. I'm sorry. Yeah, you just shake the.
I shake them awake.
Now, what if you get murdered? What if you're killed while trying to murder someone in this reality?
Great
Not
question.
outside of heaven.
Do you mean a ghost murderer?
No, you're murdered by, say,
Well, we made-
my child.
Okay. Yeah.
You shake
Are you
away my-
corporeal?
Is your child a ghost?
No.
No dice.
So a ghost has to murder you? A ghost murderer?
A ghost. I don't know how you think you would murder a ghost.
You're getting a little cocky. I think you don't
Yeah.
think my daughter can murder you.
My business is ghost murder, and business is good.
All right, guys. Well, we have time for one of our favorite features here on the show, and it's a little something called Would You Rather? All right, it's time to play Would You Rather. We all know how this is played. Correct, Rob? Or
Yeah, I think
incorrect?
so. Yeah.
You've played this before.
Yeah, I've played this
People send me Would You Rather scenarios to
Yeah.
our Twitter, which is at CBBWYR. Don't send it to my personal Twitter. It'll get put on the would pile, which is the Would You Rather pile, of course. A pile of discarded Would You Rathers. And so I'm going to read the question. I'll open up the floor for questions, and you are free to ask me anything you like in order to help narrow down your choice. We'll vote, and then we'll tally up the points. Here we go. Trevor Taylor, a.k.a. at EHSteve14, asks, would you rather only board planes that crash into Utah or morph between male and female genitalia every time you have to poop? Would you rather only board planes that crash into Utah or morph between male and female genitalia every time you have to poop? I've opened the floor for questions.
I have a question.
Yes, Mr. Harrow.
In this scenario where you morph between the genitalias, do you look different facially, or do you have the same face?
When you're a woman, you have a beautiful woman face.
So it's not just the genitalia that is affected.
No, actually, your entire face is affected to where if you happen to be, and I don't know a lot of people like this, if you happen to be someone who's had half of their face shot off,
I'm listening.
you then grow half of a face until you poop again, and then you switch back.
So hypothetically, if you were a man, let's say, with only half a face,
Sure, hypothetically.
and then you have a bowel movement, you turn into a woman, with a full face and beautiful at that. How long can you go without ever having a bowel movement again?
Well, Mr. Harrow, former Mr. Harrow, how long does a ghost go?
I can go all night, baby.
But this is a good question. Do ghosts poop?
After a fashion. It's not like you understand it.
We've established on this show that a poop is nothing more than a ghost burger. The ghost of a burger.
Right.
So
I'm glad that was established.
So ghost burgers, every time you eat a burger, you know it's going to become a poop, which is the ghost of a burger. So I would imagine that up there in heaven, there would be some ghost burgers.
In heaven, you go through all the same motions and feelings, but nothing comes out. It's very unsatisfying. You turn and you look and nothing's there.
Really? That's terrible. That doesn't seem like heaven to me.
I think the idea was you would be relieved from that disgustingness for the rest of your life, but they forgot to take out the part where your body doesn't know.
All right.
Who's in charge up there?
I bet it's better in beach heaven.
God,
Wait, so there is a God?
there is.
Yeah? Have you ever met him or her?
I've met him.
Oh, it's a him.
He's a him, I think. He's
What did he look
very
like?
tall.
Yeah. Did he have half a face?
He had a face and a half.
A face and a half?
Wow.
That's right.
Wait, have you ever thought that maybe you're missing half of a face? God took it?
Are you saying that God, Almighty God, the creator of heavens and earth, stole half of my face and is just parading around in heaven with it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it may answer the question of why does God let bad things happen? So he can steal someone's half of a face.
You're making me rethink murder heaven and that maybe it's not the greatest place.
Yeah.
But perhaps I'm being punished for a lifetime of murder.
It's probably what's happening.
Nah. I bet it's just a coincidence.
All right. So, yes, you do get a half a face then. And you turn into a pretty lady, and then whenever you naturally would poop again, then you change back.
I have another question.
Sure, of course. Rob,
Well-
you got to get in on this.
Yeah.
What was the other scenario again?
Would you rather only board planes that crash into Utah?
What's a plane?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Look, there's a lot of people up in heaven. They've talked about planes.
Yeah.
It's some old-fashioned humor. What happens? The plane only crashes in Utah?
You only board planes that crash into Utah.
When the planes crash, is it unpleasant or pleasant?
It's actually, you've been through it so many times that you're kind of used to it. I mean, technically it's unpleasant, but I mean, it's a plane crash. I mean, we're not enjoying those. But
Let's say you had only have a face, hypothetically.
okay, sure. I mean, all right, I can imagine that.
Does the remaining half of your face ever get damaged in these Utah crashes?
Great question.
Thank you.
No, you always land on your little butt, so you never damage your face.
Do I bounce?
Yeah, you make about 5 bounces.
Oh.
Boing, 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 boing.
That's livable.
Yeah. Rob, you have a question? Or are you just going
Does
to
it-
cough all day?
Does it I got a tickle in my throat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does
me
it
too.
does it
Well, the way you talk all the time.
do you have to board the planes?
Yes, you only board planes is what it says.
Oh, you're only boarding planes. I
So
thought
the
every
minute
time you
the minute you crash land on one, you get right back up there in the air.
and you're boarding. Oh.
So this
Well,
is
that's-
just the way
no,
your life is lived, is endlessly boarding planes that crash.
Yep.
Into
and
Utah.
the alternative being having a fantastic shit and experiencing what it's like to be another gender.
Sure.
Is it painful to morph between genders?
No, but it's painful to shit. It's the worst. It's worse than any
okay.
pain
Wow.
that you've ever had in your life. It's worse than like cancer. It's just like a terrible pain. And it
But I
happens.
can't imagine your facial structure changes, your genitals change, and that's not.
It's not painful. No. It's a morph, which by the way was
Does it feel
invented
good?
for Terminator 2. It's a technology.
Oh, it's just CGI.
yeah. No, it's CGI. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Exactly.
I have a question.
Yes, former Mr. Harrow.
With the plane scenario, do you have to hassle with luggage?
Yeah. In fact, you have to pay for all your carry-ons.
They get you Boy, they get you.
Yeah, they really do.
They
You
really
know
do.
what I mean? Boy.
He's got a great point.
Yeah.
Do they? Yeah. How long is the flight before you crash? Do you get to enjoy like a movie or?
Yeah,
some
you get a
food?
lot done. No, it takes up. It's about a 6-hour flight
Oh, great.
before you crash. You basically take off from Utah.
How many Big Bang Theories is that?
What's that?
How many episodes of numbers? How many
the actual
episodes
theories.
of numbers?
That is, you can
12.
get through 3 in an hour about. So yeah, well,
12 Big Bang.
12 Big Bangs.
12 Big Bangs,
Yeah.
right?
12 big bangs.
Five numbers.
Yeah. Boy, it's
Pretty good run.
This is a tough choice.
What
Can you smoke on the planes?
Oh yeah, you can smoke on these planes. too.
really?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I
yeah.
made my decision.
Oh,
Wait, can you murder anyone on the planes? I think that's
Yes. I'm in charge now.
this has never happened before.
Do you have a question, Rob?
yeah. Is there a bar?
Is it one of these double-decker planes where
piano
there's a bar?
It's a triple-decker plane.
Yeah.
Triple-decker.
There are 2 bars, but they are
Cha-ching.
constantly moving. So you're racing to find the bar if it's on the upper deck, the upper, or the lower deck.
How many restrooms are on this plane?
1. It's kind of a drag.
That was a great question.
Is it also painful when you poop in this scenario?
No. It's a joy. That's why everyone is fighing for the restroom.
All right.
Oh, okay.
It's more of a choice now.
I'm about to close the floor for questions.
No, please
Oh,
don't.
Jesus.
I've never experienced this
When
before.
when I do, there will be no warning.
Oh my goodness. Are you allowed to touch your lady genitals when you morph over into them?
You're allowed to, but you can't seem to do it.
Really?
You can't find them.
Can't find them.
You always forget where they are.
Oh man.
So you end up with your fingers in your armpit for half an hour. Saying,
Does
I'm
that
getting
feel
nothing
good?
off of this.
Yes. Can you
It feels
achieve
okay.
orgasm?
It doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
Huh.
Better than an armpit.
Do you have to change your name when you change genders?
You don't have to, but you do.
You do. Okay. Do people recognize you? Do they know that you are you but with a different gender?
Yes, you're famous for doing this, but it also means that everyone knows your bathroom business.
Are you rich and famous, or do you just have the kind of fame where everyone knows you, but you're struggling to
famous.
make ends meet?
You're famous. You don't have to worry about money because everyone longs to take care of you, buy you meals to see if you'll go to the bathroom again.
So people are constantly buying you meals to try to stuff
Constantly.
your stomach.
Yes, a lot of gluten.
Wow. Okay. Do you find love?
Once, just once.
Just once.
But you didn't hold on to it, and it slipped away.
Was it from a similarly alternating gender person?
No, it's a tree. You fall in love with a tree. You're crazy.
So you're mentally insane in this scenario.
You're driven mad by the constant changing of genders back and forth.
Yeah.
Because I think
Yeah,
that
I'll
would
take
be
the plane.
I
I'll
think-
take the 12
don't
Big
vote, yeah.
Bangs.
I mean, I'm not in
any
charge.
day.
I'm not in charge. Should you tell him not to vote yet?
I'm closing the floor for questions.
I think it would be great to fall in love with someone who also changes gender, and then you just switch all the time, like you coordinate your poops. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah.
That would be crazy. Then you get the best of both worlds, or you
Or
could just,
whatever world you're
you're constantly two women, and you just les out.
Yeah.
Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished.
All right, well, you're in charge. What happens next?
Rob, how do you like to vote?
I'm going with the plane. It's just a lot less, fewer variables, you know, and I can just get a lot done on a plane. You know what I mean? You can just get a lot done on a plane. It's just you.
Bouncing seems like it would be fun.
The
Boing,
bouncing's
boing.
cool. It's only the bathroom scenario, but 6 hours, you're just trying to find a bathroom once.
Yeah.
And then it's just you and the,
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You have a chronic urinary tract infection.
Oh, so
Say.
all
So
right.
you're
I'll
always
keep
searching
that in
for a
mind.
bathroom.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Scott, how do you like to vote?
Yeah, I gotta go with the changing genders.
Why?
Well, I've always wanted to see how the other half lives, and I've always wanted to search for something and wind up in my armpit. And I kind of I think I'm a bad person, so I would like the punishment that a really painful poop would provide.
Anything else?
I think That's my top 3 right there.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure.
Okay.
All right. Rob,
Yeah.
you have voted correctly.
What? But the
Yeah.
urinary tract.
Scott,
Yes.
you have also voted correctly.
Yes.
Oh.
Cha-ching.
Because these realities are the same.
What?
That's right.
They're the same thing.
Wow.
That's right.
We're
This is all happening in the same place.
wait. We're constantly switching genders on the plane.
That's right. Everyone is.
Oh my God.
Everyone is.
Is this
on
one of the hells?
only on a
One of the
plane.
heavens?
This is plain hell. Which I've been in more
Just
than
plain
once.
hell?
Can you hear me?
Oh my gosh. Wow. So do we
And
both
that's
win?
how we play. Would you rather?
Is it back to me?
Go, Scott.
You're relinquishing the floor?
I relinquish the floor.
Okay. Well, that was a good game. That was competitive.
Yeah.
Ended in a tie. That's the gentlemanly way to play. You know?
I think so.
No one wins.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one
yeah.
loses.
Thankfully, I won't have to murder either one of you to
I
determine
leave
the winner.
feeling great.
Thank goodness. Well, guys, we just have one last thing on the show. That's a little something we call plugs. Do you want to be in charge of this?
Yes.
Come on and show me your plugs. I wanna know what you're doing. Come on, show me your plugs. I wanna know what you're up to. Let me see your schedule. Tell me the dates. I wanna know what you're up to. Yeah. I wanna know what you're up to. Yeah. I wanna know what you're up to. Yeah, I wanna know what you're up to. Yeah, I wanna know what you're up to. Yeah.
That was Show Me Your Plugs by Beach Honey. Congratulations to Beach Honey. You're famous for 1 week.
If you're going to run this, you got to
What
actually
else?
run it. Then you
Rob, what do you like to plug? Wait, I relinquished the floor back. to
Okay, Rob, what are you going to plug, Rob?
Children's Hospital. Of
course.
And Thursday nights at midnight on Adult Swim with NTSF SD SUV.
Who are some of the big stars you have coming through the halls?
Oh shit, man. Do you like Justin Kirk?
Not a fan.
Okay. Do you like Weird Al Yankovic?
Nope.
Okay. Do you like Judah Freelander?
Take a pass.
Okie dokie. James Domian, ever heard of him?
He's
You
all
like
right.
him? Okay.
He's all
all right. He's on. He's on like 5 times in one.
Really? I thought he was a little played out last season, but you have.
Oh yeah, we played out the shit out of him. In this
No, I
one.
love all those people. That's amazing.
It's great.
Oh.
A lot of people. John Hamm's back. Nick Offerman. That's it.
And then the cast.
Yeah.
Best cast on television.
That's right. Yeah. Lake Bell, Aaron Hayes, Ken Marino, Rob Hubel, Megan Mullally.
You almost forgot Aaron's last name right then, didn't you?
No.
Really?
There's no way.
There's no way?
No
you've
way.
worked with her a lot. She was in
Impossible.
that sitcom that you guys did.
Impossible.
Yeah. But you kind of went Aaron Hayes.
I forgot her last. I've known her longer than I've known anyone else on that
All right.
show.
Sorry. Just want to hold your feet to the fire.
And then also, I don't want to forget Henry.
See, it's happening again. The Fonz.
The Fonz.
The Fonz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Henry DeFonz.
Henry the Fonz.
And when does Hot Tub
And Malin Ackerman. Did I say her?
when does Hot Tub Time Machine 2 come out? Are we talking spring release? That's when I
Yeah.
would do it because mainly
Yes.
you have people still in
Probably.
school. Okay,
Probably
great.
spring breakish.
Great,
For the kids.
Okay, super. What do I want to plug? Okay, anything else, by the way, before we?
No, that's
okay.
it.
Okay, First of all, I want to thank Joseph Morsi and Justin Gawal, who teamed up, I guess, and donated $100 to CBB. Thank you, guys. Is that a 50-50 deal, or did one of them, kind of go out, just put my name on the card? We'll never know.
Justin gave the whole thing, and he felt bad
so?
for his friend who doesn't have a lot of money, and anybody loves. He's the bigger fan. The friend with no money's the bigger fan.
Yeah, that's what I think has happened. But thanks, guys. Something special is coming to you. Okay, so I've talked about it a little bit, but
Don't I get to plug anything?
yeah, we're saving you till the end. Is that okay? I'm running this. If you wanted to plug,
Real quick,
okay, go ahead.
murder.
Okay. All right. So, Comedy Bang Bang Tour. I'm announcing this. Now, if you're watching live, these ticket links aren't active, but if you're listening to this or watching in the future, okay, starting now, the Comedy Bang Bang Tour, live tour is on sale. We have, we're going to a bunch of different cities. Let me say who's on this tour. This is me, Comedy Bang Bang live show, part stand-up-y bits, part live podcast. Special guest Paul F. Tompkins is on every stop of the tour this year. Now, is that the ghost
booing
boo?
him, or is that a...
Just haunting
Okay, great.
at an inopportune time.
Paul F. Tompkins on every spot on the tour.
Oh, what a show.
Wow, what a show. But that's not all. Special opening act, the Birthday Boys, my favorite sketch group. They're going to open every show.
Jesus Christ.
What a package.
Jesus Christ.
What a package. Listen to this. We start off on September 28th at Largo here in L.A. Then we go to San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, Milwaukee, Chicago, Pontiac, Michigan, Toronto, New York, Boston, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C.
Oh, goodness.
This all starts September 28th. We're going to October 15th. And you can get information for the tour at ifc.com. All of that will be up there. And that'll have ticket links. And you can figure out exactly where we're playing. But I'm really looking forward to this. Former Mr. Harrow, do you know Paul F. Tompkins?
He's a vaudeville performer.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you would like in a vaudeville.
Dresses like a clown.
Well, I mean,
Some would say.
kind of a classy thing.
Some
Yeah.
ridiculous scarecrow.
I don't know.
No, not
that
even
the guy?
close. No.
Then I don't know him.
Oh, okay. Wait, are you thinking of an actual scarecrow? Like the scarecrow from Wizard of Oz?
I might be.
Oh, okay.
Or the one from the Batman films.
Okay, are both of them dead?
Yes.
Okay. Well. So come on out.
Reasonable to assume.
Come on out and really even the scarecrow from the Batman films. I don't think it's that reasonable to assume
The
that.
weed of crime bears bitter fruit.
So come out and see us on the tour. I want to see you guys. We'll have special guests, of course, along the way in each of the cities, but I think that's going to be a really fun time. September 28th through October 15th. Come out and see us, and I look forward to meeting you all after the shows, and we're going to have a good time this year. And by the way, we're going to record not the entire show, but the podcast portion of the show, a lot like we did last year. And you can subscribe to all those shows. Starting today, you can actually sign up for it, and you will get the 2 Montreal shows that I just recorded for free on there. Those are also on sale individually at earwolf.com store. But sign up for the subscription right now. You'll get each of the episodes sent to you either later that night or in the morning. They'll be sent to you, and you'll get them each stop along the tour. So that's you can get those at earwolf.com/store right now. And the only other thing I want to plug is this Friday, Comedy Bang Bang TV show. We have a really great episode with Zoe Saldana and the aforementioned Paul F. Tompkins.
Boo.
Now, is that?
That time it was a commentary.
So IFC, 10 p.m. this Friday. That's a really fun show, and Reggie has a really special role in it, and I think people are going to really enjoy that show. Okay, now, did you want to plug anything else other than murder?
What else is there?
Okay, let's close up the old plug bag.
Closing up the plug bag. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Closing up the plug bag. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Brow.
Not going to add on to that.
Why would I?
All right. Guys, that's been our show. Rob, I want to thank you. Sorry about the whole address screw up.
Oh, man.
But we had a good time, right?
Oh, it was worth it.
Wait, let's be honest. We're going to look back on this and laugh.
It's going to be great. I can't wait. It's going to be a great story.
It's gonna be
I'm going
great.
to tweet about it. It's gonna be good.
I can't wait for
Yeah.
that. When do you think you're going to tweet about it?
Oh, I'll let you know. I'll let you know before I do.
Oh, okay.
I'll direct message you before I
Please,
tweet it,
please,
so you'll be ready
we
to
follow each
retweet
other,
it.
right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
do
yeah.
I just follow you?
No, I'm sure I follow you too. I would never not follow you.
Okay. Mr. Harrow, thank you so much for haunting us.
My pleasure. I'm
What an honor.
sorry if I scared you initially.
No, not really. It's more of a
No.
just kind of a hey, what is that
Yeah.
type of thing.
Confusing at first,
We'll see
but
how
then
confused you are when I murder you later on.
Wait, you said you were not going to murder us.
I was kidding.
Oh, good joke.
Pretty funny, right?
yeah.
All right, guys. That has been our show. Thanks to everyone watching live, and we will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.